What's this? The worst thing about hunting in a bog is, well, the bog. You're up to your knees in sticky, clinging mud, sucking at your boots when you try to move. You're stuck. You poke at it with a stick, then lose the stick. How deep does this go? Engineering? Yeah. Let's build a bridge. You find some branches that seem light enough and strap them together using tall grasses, making a kind of raft. You drop it onto the muck where it sits without sinking. Then you make a second raft, walk to the end of the first, and drop it down. Then you pick up the first. Oh, so you're playing Half-Life Don't Touch the Sand. Got it. Walk to the end of the second and drop it down. Continuing this way with your two rafts, you and Vase are able to cross without even getting wet. It takes forever, but it works. Hello everyone, and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Starting us on the main menu today, just so I can point out that Sim is now indeed on the main menu. That's 3 people. I have been told that we are in the last year. The game ends when you turn 20. You don't get to live out the 20th year. We are currently early pollen. Now, I don't think we'll be able to make it through everything in this episode, which means the next episode might be the last one. We'll see how it goes, see how much time we can make. I don't really think there's much point in doing any more exploring, unless we do decide to go to the subaqueous swamp. All events have respawned in the ridge, so we probably should at least go check it out, which will take a month. Our stats are probably about as good as they're going to be. Unless we hard focus, we can't really upgrade anything else. Getting empathy up would be nice. Mars is depressed, that's never good. Once you have a crystal. Hey Rex. Hug and give you a log. Yeah, that's right, I totally remembered it was your birthday. I didn't think your birthday was early dust at all. No. Crystal for you. Might be able to get Cal to 100. What's he at? Oh, only 83, never mind. Got a friendship event coming with Mars. Might be able to get Tangent up to 100, but probably not. I think we just did a big push with her. No, we can give her a present. Have some roots then. We'll give her a present anyways. We'll give Dice a present too. We haven't given him one in a while. Hey man. Doesn't matter what I do, Dice says, staring at the destruction still littering the colony from the last attack. Every year, it's the same thing. Sometimes I wish I really did blow up the wall. Then at least we wouldn't be in this stalemate. Oh, no. He likes roots. Have a root. Okay. Let's go deal with the ridge. There's a crystal over there. Oh, it's the anti-grav field. The bravery's already at 100. We might as well do it. 5, 70. Oh, just 5 kudos total if total equals goal. We don't have any weird field locks. That's always a nice change. But hold on to that. And sure. 6. No, hey no. I didn't want to use that. I wanted to use that, which is far less, but that's fine. We can use this better next time. Okay. We'll use the +9. We'll use the 8. We'll swap it around. We have a 999 there. $73. I think 73 is probably the best we can get here. Hell yeah! Some de-stress and engineering, which we don't really need. But we'll take the de-stress. Oh, this one. Yeah, we know this one. The Locust Swarm. Ah, we don't need another one of those. Can we just cross the bridge normally? You're at the halfway point when part of it starts to flake away, and then a massive fissure erupts across your path, and the whole arch begins to crumble. Your sense of time stretches out as you plunge into the chasm. Your life flashes before your eyes. Then, several other, oddly similar lives flash before your eyes. You're pretty convinced you're going to die. And also that this was a very deep chasm. You're just about the bottom now. Yep, here we go. Oh! Poof. Poof? You bounce back into the air, your stomach rolling at the... Roiling at the sudden reversal of gravity. What? Oh, a glade of poof shrooms. Those giant trampoline-like balls send you careening through the air and catch you again, reversing and slowing your descent. Your body aches... Nope. Nope. I was fine with the cool event, but that's gonna be a big nope from me, dog. I'm just gonna pass right to go home. Bitch, do you know who you're talking to? Go home. Missing canteen. Go home. I don't even get injured from things anymore. We have the perk. What is it, toughness? Never receive the injury status effect when hurt. We're fine. Go home. Please. Please. Triple 10, baby. Wow, and apparently that's... gives us hardly any points. Okay. Value is wild. Actually, I think I just kind of understood how the wild thing works. The value is still 0, but in case of straights and pairs, it can count as whatever is next to it. That's more what the wild means in terms of value. guess just pile on the yellow, but I mean, we can... Yeah, that's a little bit better. $55, $56, $56, $53. What if we shift this one around a little bit? 61. Okay, I think that's good. Could have gotten a 71. Okay, don't mind me. Yay, we got our canteen back. Whoop, it's the piss storm. Oh, hi, Utopia. What's up? Team of geologists. I don't think we have anything new to give them. Yeah, we don't have anything to give them, but we can help them work. We're already good on engineering, though. Be zen. We don't need to be doing most of these. I'm pretty sure there's going to be nothing new here either. We've seen these all before. The sim has nothing new for us. What have we already shown him that we know likes everything? I don't want to show that. You like a fruit. He does like a fruit. Who'da thunk? Okay, we should honestly just be skipping over these for the sake of time. We're not going to get anything new out of them. Here, what if we do you instead, then you? Okay, and then 9, 6, 5. Five, 5, 7, 8, 9. Hell yeah. We're really just here to check for boss events and get all the collectibles. So I'm gonna stop doing the things now. Oh. That's the starting area. I know we have to go down there. Okay, that's nothing, and we'll just check over here. I I hear the thumper. I hear it. What's that? Okay, we can continue. Hello, flower. That just looks like a banner back home. It is. Alright. Well, now we know. Yeah, okay, we missed a collectible, but that's fine. Okay, we can't really give anyone anything, so unless they have a ... we'll ignore them. Ooh, Xeno egg. Take those. So what can we do? It'd be nice if we could get involved in the politics, but we really can't. I guess try and maybe max out another friendship or two. Which, to be honest, isn't super important right now. I mean, we'll get them all on the main menu eventually. It'd be nice to maybe get empathy up a little bit, because I have a feeling we're going to need it. So maybe reasoning and empathy? Some friendship with Nomi doesn't hurt. You're in engineering very late today. You're starting to nod off and consider packing up for the night. You see Tangent and Instance leave their lab without locking the door. They're heading back towards the living quarters. Usually they're so cautious, but it's late and they must be very tired to have forgotten. They must be working on something together in secret. Do you want to find out what? Yes, very much so. Checking to make sure the coast is clear, you slip into their office. It's just off the medbay, and every flat surface is dedicated to experiments. The whiteboard is covered in dense scribbles and diagrams, and the garbage bin is filled with wrappers of discarded soy meal replacements. It smells like stale coffee and sleep deprivation in here. The holoscreen terminal is still active. It seems strange that they left it on. You get the feeling that maybe they weren't done for the night. Yeah, the computer will give us the most information. You tap through the file structure on the lab computer. There are some encrypted files, but nothing obvious like one named Instance, Evil Plan, Final 2. Darn, I guess it's not as easy as they make it look on the holovids. That's ominous. You pore over everything Tangent and Instance have been working on, slowly putting together the pieces. What you find is chilling. After researching the shimmer fungus together, they decided to bioengineer a more powerful virus that uses the same pathways, but only affects native Vertumnan creatures. It would sever the existing symbiotic relationship between Vertumnan fauna and fungi and be completely fatal to its host. Well, that's bad. It would kill everything on the planet. Well, everything that walks, swims, or flies, leaving it empty and ready for human colonization. But why would they do this? You dig a little deeper and find not Instance's research logs, but her personal logs, written on real paper with a cover page that reads, "In my defense, upon my death." Oh, this is bad. You read through the papers in which Instance details being approached by Lum shortly after the Helio landed and he took control of the council. The Helio had been sent to retrieve congruence and bring to justice the people who stole her. Instance, primarily, but also Hal and your mother. When they realized they could never return to Earth, Lum became interested in Instance's research instead, particularly her research into the Vertumnan ecology. Under threat of execution, Instance was essentially forced to pivot her research into finding a way to cleanse the planet for human civilization. Hello, can I scroll up, please? Thank you. Cleanse the planet for human colonization. She writes that she tried to shield the other scientists from her work for their protection, but that she couldn't keep the secret from her apprentice, Tangent. She speaks highly of Tangent, almost as a mother would talk about her own child, and she grieves that she couldn't protect her too. You scan copies of the missives. At least you have evidence now. Well, I think it was important that we did anything in engineering this month. One slot will turn cards mental blue. Okay, that's handy. Okay, what if we go... What if we go... 4, 5... Ooh, yeah, okay. We'll have an 11 there. Oh, you know what? Let's have it in the last one then. And then 8... And then 4, 5. That's an 8 as well. Okay, so if we go boom, then we can have a 59. Hell yeah. 6 reasoning, 1 empathy, friendship with Nomi, kudos, and stress, whatever. We're pretty good at dealing with our stress now. Can we talk to Tangent? We can. We'll wait to do that, because that seems really important. Hey, Cal, can we give you another present? We can't. Ooh, we have a thing with Nomi. Where you'd normally find Rex and Nomi playing together, you find only Rex. You ask him where Nomi is, and he shrugs. Sorry, I don't know. They mentioned they were kinda under the weather. They're probably leveling their Legends of Avamar character. You could try messaging them on their holopalm? You thank Rex and go back to your room. You get comfortable on your bed and load up Nomi's private Legends of Avamar server. Back on Earth, there would have been thousands of people playing this game, but now it's just a brave few nerds. Just as Rex said, Nomi's logged in to one of their characters, and they send you a message. Hey! Sorry if you were looking for me. I feel super crummy, so I'm gonna spend some time in Avamar. I'm leveling on alt right now. If you make a new character, I can help you with the first group quests. What kind of character do you want to play? Rogue! You log into the game with your new character after spending a few minutes having a minor existential crisis over the name. Relatable. You eventually give up and name them after yourself. Nomi is waiting for you with their new character, Mydreus and Elven Archer, who are both rogues, with long red hair. They jump a few times in your general direction. Your character is so cute! That's not really flirting, their character is cute too. You think so? Thank you! Ooh, it is actually cute. You do the first few quests with Nomi. Their character is a little more powerful than yours. There's a lot of time to chat. Nomi keeps up a running banter about your adventures, typing as if they're speaking for their character. Makes sense Nomi would be a role player. Fear my bow, meddlesome creatures! The forest will miss not your presence! It's hard not to notice how much more serious and well-spoken Nomi seems when they're writing in character instead of speaking. You didn't know you had it in them. Do you play along? Forsooth I do, prithee, no. You type back, Thou shalt not see, thine death approacheth from the shadows. Nomi sends you a string of hearts. You play for a bit until you have to stop to sell your loot at the vendor, marveling at the accessories you'll be able to buy when you have some more gold. Nomi opens a trade window with you and plucks a necklace into it. It's one of the expensive ones, and a huge increase in stats. Galactic! I thought it would look good on you. For a little back, sure. You type back, I shall wear it into battle and think of you, my star. Nomi replies with a heart. You and Nomi battle your way through a knoll encampment and stand face to face with the big bad, Graz Magepelt. Nomi readies their bow. Heroes, we are called to battle! We got this. How much? 9. So if we go like this, we go at 8, 10, 8. Sure. We have a lot of gem cards. What if we go like this? Nice, definitely not bad. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. I see you. Do you have any more things that have to do with gems? We don't. Oh, we do. So that's a 38. It's a 43. 45. If we swap you two. Nice. Now we have a 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's not as good. 53's got to be the best, eh? 57, eh? Okay, okay. Nice to get some more combat. You stand victorious over Gra's mage pelt. When you click out of the loot window, you have a message waiting from Nomi. Our bond is greater than any evil that may befall this land. The power of true love conquers all. Nomi sends you a kissing emoji, then a string of question marks. It's perfect for our characters. Yay, oh my god, I'm happy you get it, Lamau. You wait a few minutes while Nomi composes their message. Finally, they send you. My Dreas Tree Whisper turns and embraces Garrett in their strong arms. My love, they say, by your side I would hazard any foe. Nothing frightens me more than the prospect of a life without you. The fiery-haired archer bends to press their lips to Garrett, sealing their love with a kiss. We'll let that be its own thing. We'll just play it like the character. You log off the game and open a chat window with Nomi. What do you say? That was really fun. Oh my god, yeah, thank you! I had so much fun too, Lamau. Maybe I'll use it for inspiration for my manga. Ha ha ha. I sure don't like anyone like that. Oh my god, yeah, see, I knew that's what she would say. Sometimes it feels like everyone's just a big ball of hormones here. Yeah, your best friend is Rex. Like all of a sudden everyone cares about who's doing smutty stuff, and I'm just sitting here like, yuck. Maybe you haven't met the right person? Oh my god, rude! Wow, Garrett, you can't just say that to someone. That's not how it works. Just because, sure, okay, I might like someone in the future, doesn't mean my feelings aren't valid now. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I didn't mean to offend. I just can't imagine liking someone that much. Or them liking me that much, haha. Why wait? Because it's gross, Lamau. But anyways, thank you for playing with me. Sometimes it's easier to talk about this stuff when I get to pretend to be someone else, you know? Yeah, I totally get that. But okay, wait, hold on. What? Rebellion, a little bit more rebellious than loyal, which makes sense. Very in the middle of quiet and outspoken. Yeah, ordinary and creative. What a bar. Okay. Cool. Glad we got that though. Yeah, Tanj, still not ready to deal with you. That was super cute though, by the way. Like, just absolutely adorable. Anything from you two? I don't think so. Oh, Dice is something. What's up, bud? Dice flags you down outside the gates. He's covered in dust and grime. He must have just come back from an expedition. Hey, Garrett, he says. Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm sorry, I hate to do this. but I think it's kind of one of those we have to talk to one or the other kind of things, and I want to talk to Tangent about this. Because I have a feeling if one locks the other out, talking to Tangent first, or talking to Dice first locks talking to Tangent out. Because he'll probably flip the hell out. And that seems important. I thought he had something completely different. Alright, let's go ahead. Tange seems especially troubled today, so you invite her on a long walk around the inner wall. That's Tange's thing, thinking walks. She's touched that you know her that well. She talks in fitful bursts and lapses into long silences. Finally, she stops and puts her hand on the wall like she's bracing herself. Garrett, something's been bothering me, she says, clenching her other hand at her side. She collects her words with great difficulty. Is it morally defensible to do something that people wouldn't approve of if you're doing it in their best interests? What if you don't have a choice? I know about the engineered plague. Yeah, no. That sucks, really. That hurts. 2 away. Tange smiles, though it doesn't reach her eyes. It was only a matter of time, I suppose, she says quietly. Sometimes it seems like you know everything that goes on in the colony. Thank you again for your help, she continues. You really were instrumental in overcoming several hurdles, whether you knew it or not. Oh, pain! Lumma's just using you an instance. So what? Tange retorts. I would do anything for instance. Do you think it's easy being as smart as I am and constantly being held back because I'm just a kid? Instance is the only person in the colony who's ever treated me with respect. Tange sets her jaw. Without her, who would I be? An alcoholic like my mother? A dysfunctional loser like my brother? Might want to load that. Yeah, I'm not... I'm sorry, I know I'm save scumming a bit extra than I normally do, but this is super important. No, okay. You know what I think we're going to do? Because we'll be able to give her a gift next month. If it'll let us. It probably won't. We can't get 2 friendship with her in one go. Shoot! Alright, no, you know what? I think we're going... Because then we can talk to Dice. It gave us a hint there about, talking to someone who knows Tange really well. Maybe Instance? About the plague, using you, genocide. Terrible idea. What would you know? She retorts. You're just another ignorant ape, grunting fire bad without realizing you're looking at the future of humanity. She pushes herself off the wall and walks away, ignoring her protests. Looks like Tange won't be convinced. If you want any hope of stopping her and Instance from releasing the virus, you'll need to go over her head and plead with the governor directly. Or do something a little more drastic. We should ask someone who knows Tange really well. Yeah, no, that's not good. It's really not good. Oh, Dice. Your turn, buddy. Dice flags you down outside the gates. He's covered in dust and grime. He must have just come back from an expedition. Hey, Garrett, he says. Have you seen my sister? I went to drop off my gear at our quarters, and it looks exactly the same as I left it. I sent her a message on Hollow, but she left me on Red. He frowns and ruffles his hand through his hair. You work with her a lot, right? Is she okay? She's not living in the lab. She's working on a literal plague. Dice gives you an incredulous look. Uh-huh, sure. A plague, right? I know my sister is a huge bitch, he continues, but she's not literally an evil genius. Ooh, Tange, destroyer of worlds. Seriously? Stop messing with me. We're too old for that shit. Only Dice friendship 50. I'm not joking, Dice. Tone of your voice makes Dice pause. Wait. You're serious? That's what they're working on in there? You nod and give Dice a quick summary of what you've learned and how. By the end, he's gone so pale he almost looks green. I don't want to believe it, he mutters. But if what you're saying is true, it'll kill everything, won't it? Not just animals either. The fungal pathways are integral to all life on Vertumna. Tench has no idea, does she? She thinks she's so smart, but she's always been too proud to get out there and dig around into the dirt to see what's really going on. Dice looks like he's about to be sick. If they release the virus, it'll be the end of everything, even the gardeners. Dice takes a few steps back, away and looks out into the wilderness, covering his mouth with one hand as he thinks. Eventually he turns to you. His face is expressionless. I'll take care of this, he says cryptically. What are you going to do? Dice starts and lapses into silence. He stares past you at the engineering building. Just let me deal with this, Garrett. Thanks for telling me. -2 calling the defense. That's not good. Did he blow up the lab? You're winding down for bed, chatting with Anemone when, yep, he blew up the engineering bay with that bomb. An explosion rocks the colony. You are pelted by knickknacks and mementos falling off your shelves as the blast wave rips through the living quarters, stealing the air from your lungs. Your ears are still ringing when you run out of the living quarters, passing people in various states of undress as you all filter outside in shock. Outside, you are greeted by the acrid smell of burning plastic and metal. The engineering building is on fire. The laboratory and medbay wing is completely engulfed in flame, smoke pouring from the open door. Congruence's fire suppression system is doing its best, but everything in there is toast. The gengineering equipment. Oh, genetic engineering. The live experiments, the chief engineer's lab, and personal research, all destroyed. And any samples of their engineered virus, probably. You cover your mouth and nose with your shirt, just in case. Tange pushes past you, getting a few meters closer to the flames at the entrance before she falls to her knees and clutches herself. See, I wonder if we could have maybe talked to Instance and tried to talk her down. And I'm almost willing to load. She stares forward as if in a trance, a dark smudge of silhouette against the fire's blinding orange light. We got an achievement, no rain today. Ah, hell, we got an achievement for it. We gotta stick with it now. You look around and meet the eyes of the chief engineer. She looks impassive as always, her jaw set as she watches the destruction of her work. For better or for worse, they won't be releasing that virus anytime soon. The mood the next day is somber. You volunteer to help the construction crews pick through the rubble and sort it to be repurposed or put in the recycler. There's nothing left of the lab, or Dr. Instance's experiments. The loss is incalculable. No more gengineering, obviously, but also among the casualties are other more mundane projects like agricultural research and medicinal plants. The medbay can be repaired, but it might be a while. You check in on your friends. Everyone is stunned, and a feeling of grief pervades the colony. The council members do a head count of everyone in their division. By midday, they've sent an announcement. To everyone's holopalms, unbelievably, there were only a few burns and minor injuries. However, Dice is missing. No one's found a body yet, but with great weariness, the council concludes that Dice must have been caught in the blast. His memorial service is scheduled for 1 week from now. Yeah, he's not dead. Yeah. You know better, though. You bet Dice set that bomb and walked right out the front gates in the chaos. Shit. Ran away to join the gardeners. Alright, fine. Fine. Tanja's hunched over her workstation. Aww. The heels of her hands pushed against her eyelids. When she raises her head as you approach, she quickly blots the corners of her eyes and sniffles. What is it? She asks. Have you heard from Dice? And we can totally just do everything we could do in engineering before. Don't worry about it. Let's go check the notice board. It's been a while since we've done that. Bring the Overseer's deal to Governor Lum. Oh my. No. Colony food supplies, good. Our security rating's at orange. So little time left and so much I want to do. I guess that's how it goes, though. Alright. Let's join the defense squad. The hunting squad. We might be able to... raise this colony's defense rating and explore the new area and maybe figure some other way of not having us all be wiped out. Utopia sighs when you tell her you're looking for Rhett. Well, I can't stop you, sweets. Rhett's over in the garrison, though. I don't like him coming around here trying to poach my people. You head over to the garrison. Ah, it's you again, Rhett says. Going to try out for the hunting party again, are you? Yeah, let's do it. Rhett nods. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm gonna have to kill a Vricky, he says, then turns to Vase. But first, I need to make sure you know the basics. Vase, bring out the Vricky. Vase goes over to the tent and brings back the Vricky on a long chain. It's sprightly and bright-eyed, some might even say cute, and comes up nearly to your waist. Vase looks proud of his duty as monster bearer. I caught this one myself. I'm adding it to the training zoo, so don't kill it, but feel free to give it a few pokes. Tell me, what are its weaknesses? Its strengths? How would you defeat it in a fight? I strongly don't like this. We'll see what we can do out there. Bonus to pairs, that's always good. Got some good wild things here I'd like to do. $72, $74, $72, $74. Could have gotten a 78 out of that. That's ridiculous. You study the creature for a long time. It looks nervous, skittering from side to side and making a clicking noise. You throw a stick at it, and it leaps up to grab it in its mandibles. It angrily tears it in half, then glares at you. You think about your own pet Vriska. This one is larger and fungus-like, maybe even close to the end of the mobile part of their life cycle. Life cycle. You know that one day all Vrickies must take root and become nurse trees for the next generation. You rattle off some other facts you've learned from playing with Vriska, and Rhett nods.
Good. Let's see if you're as good at hunting these as you are at identifying them. Come join the hunting squad next month and we'll see how you do in the swamps.
Next month? I'll do it right now. Friendship with Vase. Who cares about that? He's a dingus. A total dingus! Oh good, Utopia's here. You look down at the drone rifle in your hands. This is it. The big leagues. Finally, you're going to get out there and take the fight to the enemy. God, this place is so sad. Listen to this music.
No messing around out there, Security Chief Rhett says. These animals are dangerous. They want to kill you, probably as much as you want to kill them. Your job is to get to them first.
Utopia sighs. And by no messing around, he means don't you go taking risks, she says. As head of expeditions, she's technically in charge of you in the field, though Red is the one who molded you for this. That's absolutely not true. I feel like I shouldn't be here, honestly. There'll always be animals out there, but you're a lot harder to replace. And if you take down anything edible, tag it for reclamation so as we can bring it back to the colony. Vase is practically humming with excitement beside you. Rhett pairs you up to head out together and Vase sighs.
I don't need a buddy, he grumbles. No offense, Garrett, but you'll only hold me back.
Rhett shakes his head.
You two are a good match, he insists. I want you to watch each other's backs out there. Stay within transceiver range of each other at all times. You might not always be able to reach the colony or Utopia, but you'll have each other. Never engage the enemy alone.
I don't care about Vase. Yes, if Security Chief Rhett says you need to have a buddy, Vase isn't a bad choice. He's handy with a rifle, at least. Rhett takes off on his glider and Vase turns to you.
You better keep up with me, he sneers. We might be stuck together, but that doesn't mean I need your help. I'm gonna get all the kills and all the kudos, so just let me do all the work and stay out of my way.
Subaqueous swamps are especially dangerous, Utopia says. Something in the air makes the beasties here all kinds of fickle. Could be the storms, but normally docile creatures are a mite more aggressive. She bites her lip. And to be perfectly straight with you, there's some darn scary things out there in the swamps. I don't much love that we're sending you kids out into a literal war zone, Utopia says. I've been to the swamps before all this war business, and it's a beautiful place even if it's a real spooky. Hurts my heart to see soldiers tramping all over it. She summons up a smile. But I know teenagers can be just as capable as adults when it comes to surveying and hunting, she says. You've got faster reflexes and stronger stamina than a lot of these old codgers. Just try not to take stupid risks out there, okay? Promise your honorary auntie. Vase scoffs.
You're not my aunt, he mutters, and I don't need a coward telling me what I'm capable of.
I'm sorry. Well, no, actually, I'm not sorry, Vase, but Utopia is way cooler than you are, and always will be, even if you weren't an asshole. Okay. Bobber fruit. I don't know how moral it's going to let me be out here. I mean, we are here to do some hunting, and I guess that's fine. Oh, good, a unicorn. They're gonna make me regret that. Oh, good, a Hopeye. They're gonna make me regret that. I kind of low-key feel like I shouldn't be out here. Utopia told you that usually docile creatures are aggressive here in the swamp, but you didn't expect to run into a pack of murderous Hopeye. They're charging straight towards you down the path, their powerful claws drumming against the ground and making enough noise for an animal 5 times their size. Vase races his rifle and prepares to fire. probably just going down the path. Fine. Fine, we will fight back. Big air quotes on fighting back. What's our stress at? 43. Triple 7, baby. Is that the one that gets plus? No. This one is, I think. Yeah. And... okay. Why is this? Oh, I see. That'll let us combo a little bit better. Do we have a 5? Not technically. Well, 6, 6, 7, 8. They're really quite harmless individually, and they're so exhausted from having hopped all this way that they're easy to pick off. You kill all those little hop eyes. Vase does it with a kind of frightening joy. Slaughtering the hordes. 8, -1 to all other cards. Well, colony security's up, so that's something. Alright, Unicorn, what you got? A Unisaur you have been following has been following you in Vase from a distance. You see it now and then out of the corner of your eye. It doesn't seem aggressive and looks recently fed, so it isn't hunting you for food. This is pretty unusual behavior for such a normally skittish creature. Sure, let's try and befriend it. It doesn't act like a wild animal at all, more like an algorithm. It's not interested in your food, your soft cooing, nothing you can offer. It's unnerving and strange. It continues to back off and keeps a precise distance from you and Vase. When it sees you paying attention, backs off further, then comes back to observe you.
That's it, Vase says, shouldering his rifle. I've had enough of this.
The presence of danger seems to unlock some new subroutine in the Unisaur's instincts. It charges you. Aww. Card becomes physical. Okay, well, we'll hold on to that one and use up our other cards. $35, $30. Sure. Sure, whatever. Gets rid of the cards. Another 9 there. $39. $59. Nice. Doesn't even defend itself. Bizarre. You and Vase kill it, and it dies just like any other perfectly ordinary Unisaur. Too bad their meat is toxic to humans. An hour later, you notice a muckwalker watching you from the water. It dives back again when you point it out to Vase, but a few minutes later it's back again.
Ugh, I'm sick of being spied on!
Vase exclaims. He stomps over to the swamp edge, splashing up mud and brackish water. You think back to the monitoring station you found in the ridges with dice, where you saw through a creature's eyes. Vase might be more right than he knows. Yeah, I can see why they would want to follow us. Stress above 50? It is above 50, okay. You and Vase are walking down a path made by some creature, probably bush bubs. They like to make paths. What you find, though, isn't a bush bub. It's a snap ladder, much more aggressive foe. You've seen nests of the things, squirming around and crying out, trying to lure people into their hungry mouths. But this one is on the move. It's crawling across the path.
Slowly!
From its round, lumpy form, you wonder if it's pregnant. These things are a danger to surveyors and could potentially kill someone who fell into a brooding nest. They swell up so huge that they can't move anymore and instead half bury themselves and lie in wait for prey to come too close.
Ugh, you take this one,
Vase says, gesturing to the lumbering beast.
It looks like your speed.
40 or greater, analyze it, kill it with flair. Let's analyze it. Oh, right, because wild counts. Hey now. Mouse, why you do? Oh, yeah, that counts. Sure. Gem thing. Just gives us the 2 of a kind bonus there. Sure. Ooh. This is actually really good, because then we can go like this. And like that. Could have gotten a 55 somehow, okay. Creature seems uninterested in you, more concerned with getting where it needs to go. You're able to take a few really good readings on its biochemistry, even snagging a sample of its clear, gooey slime. You take so long, Vase eventually just pulls out his plas cutter and cuts it open.
Here, he says. Now you can do an autopsy. You're welcome.
The cut-open snapbladder carcass exhales a noxious cloud of acid mist. It stings your eyes and makes your lips tingle, but you're okay. And this gives you a chance to examine its insides, too!
Science!
Lol. Vase is an asshole. He's a really big dingus asshole. Hi, Manticore. You and Vase hear a crashing, growling noise nearby. 2 manticores are fighting. They're so invested in their battle they don't even notice you approach. One of the manticores looks much older than the other. Its tail bitten short and its mane mangy with old, tattered flowers. The younger one is in much better condition, but is significantly smaller. Root for the younger one. You and Vase settle in to watch the fight. The young manticore has speed on its side, and it confuses the older one by snapping its tail in its face. Crack, crack! Like a whip, it lashes the old one across the forehead. As the old one snaps its jaws in furious pain, the young one quickly darts in and lands a hit with its crab-like talons. You cheer quietly to yourself. Vase pumps his fist in triumph. Go, youth! Ooh, got some combat out of that. But the old one has patience, stamina, and wisdom. It takes the hits, waiting until the young one starts to tire. It backs up every time the young one slashes, till its haunches are braced against a tree. The young one, confident its foe can't escape, goes in for the kill. The old one has been conserving its energy for this moment. It pushes its back feet against the tree and launches itself upward, right on top of the young one, landing on its back. It tears ferociously at the young one's flanks. The fight is over in a moment. The older, half-tailed manticore is victorious over the clearing. The younger one tries to slink away but collapses nearby, bleeding heavily from deep wounds in its sides. It looks like it won't get up again. Vase makes a gun shooting gesture. He thinks you should kill them now. Now let's leave them alone. You turn and walk away. Once you're far enough from the manticore, Vase turns on you.
What was that about? He demands. We're supposed to be killing dangerous animals out here. That was the perfect chance.
Like I care? Deserved a warrior's death. Vase seems somewhat mollified by this answer.
It was a good fight, he admits. It deserved to be treated honorably. Next time, he warns, I'm going in.
With or without you. What's this? The worst thing about hunting in a bog is, well, the bog. You're up to your knees in sticky, clinging mud, sucking at your boots when you try to move. You're stuck. You poke at it with a stick, then lose the stick. How deep does this go? Engineering? Yeah. Let's build a bridge. You find some branches that seem light enough and strap them together using tall grasses, making a kind of raft. You drop it onto the muck where it sits without sinking. Then you make a second raft, walk to the end of the first and drop it down. Then you pick up the first. Oh, so you're playing Half-Life Don't Touch the Sand. Got it. Walk to the end of the second and drop it down. Continuing this way with your two rafts, you and Vase are able to cross without even getting wet. It takes forever, but it works. A wide but shallow stream blocks your path here. If you get a run up, you may be able to jump over it. Or there are giant lily pads that might hold your weight. The tops are worn smooth, as if animals in this area regularly use them as a bridge. Vase leaps over it.
Come on, short stack, he crows.
He has a height advantage, though. It might not be as easy for you. Toughness 50 or greater. We'll do it. You land neatly on the other side, and Jace laughs and gives you a high five. Ew, I don't want your icky friendship points. Take them away. Hi, bushbub. There's a different variety of bushbub here in the swamps. Slimy, smooth-featured, and gloopy, like the rest of the foliage. They seem just as slow, but suspiciously intelligent as their dry biome cousins. You come across one of their little shrines and find their well-worn paths in the loamy soil. While you're inspecting the shrine, you hear a blurbing, groaning noise, and Vase smacks you with the butt of his rifle to get your attention. Barreling down on you from different directions on the path are two goop-face bushbub sentries, calling out to each other as if they've been lying in wait. They attack! Card gets +3. Save this one for later. Well, we can just do this. Get those out of the way. Rather not use these gems if I can help it. Okay, let's bring out Utopia. Organize these as best we can. 5, 6, 12, 12, 10. If we do this, no. Could have gotten a 61. You kill one and the other runs off. Well, sort of. You never see an animal move quite like this, like an ambulatory sack of oatmeal. Vase sighs as you kneel down to take a closer look at the goopy bushbub. This must be some subspecies of bushbub that doesn't appear on your holopalm's bestiary. Its rock-like skin is much thinner and slimy, and its branches don't look like they've ever had leaves on them. You cut it open, and its organs just don't make sense. They're just jumbled in there willy-nilly. You can't even figure out how this creature would digest food. Maybe it's a genetic abomination, but there were 2 of them. That seems important. Another manticore. We should maybe see what's left, because we're getting low on stress. We might need to prioritize here. So we've got one there with the manticore, one here. So 3, 4. It's only 4. And the boss event at the end of the path. Okay. We're at 78 out of 100. If we don't get any extra stress from things, we should be able to do them all. You come across a grouchy, sick manticore. It's lost half its flowering mane, and it's all bare and mangy looking. It wobbles back and forth on its pointed feet, its growls interrupted by the occasional cough. Despite how fragile it looks, it still bares its teeth at you and lowers its head like it wants to fight.
Easy kill,
Vase mutters beside you, raising his drone rifle. You hold Vase back while you take notes on the old manticore's behavior, reminding him that this could be useful for future hunters and surveyors. It isn't often you can study a manticore while it isn't eating something or someone. The manticore wheezes at you from a distance, looking annoyed. It itches its butt against a tree, still looking annoyed. Then it sharpens its scythes on a stump while glaring at you threateningly. You approach the manticore slowly, making calming noises. It bobs and weaves a few times before lunging at you. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, that's a great card to become lodged in the middle there. You love to see it. Here, you know what we'll do? This, and this. $58, $59, $75, beautiful. Then we've got a 7, 8, 9, 10. Could have gotten a 77. Wow, we got an achievement for 75, high score. Could have gotten a 77 out of that, though. For an old sick manticore, the beast puts up a surprising amount of fight. Eventually you manage to bring it down, but it's a close call. Vase insists you pose for a selfie with your trophy. Black. 83. Something to de-stress us would be nice. The swamp is flooded here, and water has risen to almost completely cover the trees. The islands you make your way across are actually the tops of giant mushroom-topped trees, barely rising out of the marsh. The water is clearer than usual, so you can see down through the underwater canopy to the jungle beneath the surface. You think it's just marvelous to peer down at the underwater forest, but Vase is antsy and looking for something to fight. He scouts on ahead. You're hurrying to catch up when several muckwalkers come flopping out in front of you. They're twice as long as you are tall, smacking and slithering in your direction with hundreds of little fins. Creatures are slow and clumsy out of the water, but it doesn't really matter when you're that big. Yeah, we'll fight. Five, 6, 7. Not bad. Fine. Get it out of there. $45, $52, $52. Could have gotten a 54. In their clumsiness, the muckwalkers seem more likely to crush or drown you than to actually eat you. Assuming that's what they're trying to do, it's hard to tell. You kill one and the other slithers off. Vase shows up just as you finish it off. Aww, he pouts. You have all the fun! 88. So we should be entering the boss event at 98. Hopefully that's okay. Electrical storms can be a real danger when you're slogging through swamps, and not just because of the obvious. Something in the friction of electricity in the air draws previously unseen creatures to the surface, their behavior strange and unknown. Something like a giant electric eel has surfaced here, and is lifting a long antenna out of the water. Looks like it's trying to attract lightning. Maybe we should give it what it wants, Vase says, putting on a pair of stun gloves and grinning sadistically. I mean, if it wants electricity, that would actually probably help it. Fine, go ahead. The creature harmlessly absorbs the electricity from Vase's gloves. In fact, it seems to absorb it, with a satisfied look on its wide, fish-like face. Then it shoots electricity back at you. Yeah, you dumbass, what did you think was gonna happen? Cards with gems are wild. That's actually really good. Doesn't really help us the most here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. That lets us still have this 9 here. Only a 4. 54. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go with it. Could have gotten a 57. You kill it. You think? It sinks into the water, so there's no trophy or even proof you did it. Vase pouts and pulls off his stun gloves. Dipshit. Combat level 3, physical boost. +1 to physical increases, okay. We don't have that though? Why do we have that? Gave us the perk even though our 100 in it is fake. Fake news. Alright, no extra stress out of this, please. Creeping through the forest when Vase holds up his fist to signal you to stop. He points to his eyes, then through a strand of underbrush to a balneal sitting in the middle of a shallow bog. As you're watching, the enormous semi-aquatic Xeno slowly dips its head and skims the top of the bog, filtering the murky water through its baleen before spurting the rest from its blowhole. Vase raises his rifle. This'll be an easy one. But they're peaceful. You point out that the balneal are docile and have never been known to attack surveyors or the colony, even in the swamps. They aren't even edible either. The algae they feed on is toxic to humans. Sometimes they stampede, though, Vase points out. The fewer animals, the better. Refuse to hurt it. The giant docile animal is an important part of the local ecosystem. It maintains the algae levels in the water and cleans the muck. It also feeds several species of small flying creatures which live off the tiny fish that it sprays out. You tell all this to Vase, but he just rolls his eyes. Yeah, good. Dipshit. Alright, and then it's just the boss encounter. Hopefully this isn't something that requires multiple stress checks to pass, because we're kind of right at the brink. It's getting late and you and Vase should be heading home soon. Then you spot it. There on a plateau half a click away, glittering in a beam of blue, evening sunlight, a Unisaur. You pull out your holoculars. This one has particularly beautiful coloring. A pale, bluish white. The last rays of sunlight shimmer through its rainbow mane as it paws the ground and sniffs the air. You're drawn to its terrible beauty. The question is, when did it last eat? Hopefully Vase doesn't try and shoot it. Okay, this is an interesting one. Hopes a little bit. $29, $31. What if we grab a 25, 28, 31? All right, we'll take it. $46, $45. Yeah, just go for it. Vase watches you, expecting something bad to happen. You approach very, very slowly, pausing for a few minutes at a time for it to get used to your scent. It takes you almost an hour to work your way up to the plateau, but when you do, the Unisaur bows, seeming to accept you. What do you do? Film it, it's all too beautiful. Kill it, a Unisaur's horn. +1 to cards with gems. We'll capture it. Beautiful wild beast is far from tame, and you wonder if this is the right thing to do. But you know if it was Vase's choices, you would just kill it. And surely this is more merciful. You have a moment when you look it in the eye and see intelligence. Murderous intelligence. But it actually follows you down the slope without any trouble at all. You get the sense that it's chosen you, or at least it's curious enough about you to want to learn more about you. You radio your dad to let him know you're bringing home a new Unisaur.
A unisaur? He chuckles. No idea what you're going to do with one of those, but we'll figure it out. It sure looks like it trusts you, he continues. Make sure you come by geoponics to keep that bond up. We could use a hand with the other animals, too. I don't think we can keep exploring. Yeah.
Alright, so that wasn't too bad. I'd say we were able to mitigate some of the harm out there and maybe actually help the colony survive a little bit longer. That's always good. Hope Cal's not mad at me. Nope. Cal is sitting on the garden fence, his feet laced through the slats as he balances a container of cut-up potato on his lap.
Hey, Garrett, he calls out. Time for a break. Come on over here, help me finish this.
He skewers a piece of potato on his fork and drives it towards your mouth.
Beep, beep. Open up for a timely reminder that we've made ourselves a part of this planet's ecosystem and have to deal with the consequences.
Little preachy, little creepy, but you're definitely not wrong. Here you go, my dude. This funny little eggplant. Wow, rude. Absolutely rude, my dude. I'm not funny. I'm not an eggplant. How could you? Stick for our dog. Ooh, new Rex event. You're walking through the courtyard looking for Rex when something moves quickly in the corner of your vision. Duck! Don't duck. You skillfully dodge the frisbee that's been heading straight to your head. The disc clatters harmlessly to the ground a few meters from you. Rex jogs over and picks up the frisbee. Hey, LeGarrette! He hails you. Sorry about that. I'm playing catch with Nougat, and, well... He elbows you in the side, grinning. She's got a hell of an arm on her. Guess she used to be big into sports ball. Good thing I'm so high energy, right? When I'm not working with the construction crew, I've been helping take care of the kids. Rex continues, spinning the frisbee on his fingertip. Nougat says she's missing the creche. You know the Heliopause doesn't have one? Instead of all playing together all the time, we stayed in our discrete family units when we were kids. I'm an only child, so I would have loved your creche. Hey, you hear Nougat yelling. Throw the frisbee, she pouts. She runs up to Rex. Stop talking to your boyfriend. Boyfriend? Rex exclaims in mock affront. What I do with Garrett is none of your business, Squirt. Rex grabs Nougat around her middle and zooms her around like a spaceship. Nougat screams in delight, kicking and flailing until Rex sets her back down on her feet. It's your turn to run. Go on, get! Nougat takes off, yelling at the top of her little lungs. Man, kids, am I right? Rex says, standing with arms akimbo. They're great, though. I'm glad there's so many of them here. There's always someone to play with. How about you? Do you want kids someday? I don't really know if Garrett's really given much time to children. Not sure yet. Hey, that's fair, Rex says smoothly. You shouldn't have any if you're not sure, right? But at least in the colony, you know they're gonna have a pretty good life. Well, we don't, actually. How about you? Oh yeah, obviously, yes, Rex answers immediately. I want, like, 1 billion kids. Every kid in the colony can be my kid, absolutely. I don't even have to be their dad, you know? Who cares about genetics or whatever, He looks over to Nougat, who's waving her arms agitatedly, waiting for Rex to throw the frisbee. Rex does, and boy, does it go far. Nougat takes off running again as it soars over her head. I just don't want there to be kids everywhere, Rex finishes his thought. Lots of kid arounds. He wants there to be kids everywhere. Lots of kids around means that the community is healthy, and everyone is at peace, and people are optimistic about the future. Plus, kids are just so great, Rex adds. I love making silly faces at babies, and crawling around on all fours with toddlers, and wrestling with bigger kids and helping them with school and stuff. It's fun. Rex scratches the back of his head. On the Helio, we were kinda expected to stop playing so much when we started the education program, he says. Any playing we did was supposed to be like sports and endurance, real future soldier kinda shit. Sometimes I wish I could get a do-over on it, Rex says. Like, if I could go back to before everyone cared about their big guns and their big dicks. He makes a wanking motion. Kids don't care about that kind of stuff, he continues. They're just innocent. Pure of heart, you know? They don't have all these... He gestures roundly to his own head. Thoughts, I guess. It's at this moment that the Frisbee reasserts itself as an equal participant in the conversation. Rex's attention goes to it immediately, his ears perking up as he leaps up and catches it before it can menace you again. He laughs, his thoughtful mood broken. That was close! I'm gonna go back to playing with Nougat before she hurts someone. Nice talking to you, Garrett! Indeed. Hey, Gnomester. I'm already thinking about my next game, Nomi says, twirling their pencil around a lock of pink hair. Should I make it a sequel to the first one, or something different? Ooh, maybe I'll write a romance game. They stop and giggle. Garrett, don't look at me weird. Just because I don't know about sex stuff doesn't mean I can't write a good romance. Some things are universal. Like your love for rainbows and crystals? Yeehaw, baby. Hey, Tange. You hear Tange's voice before you see her. I've already told you, I have no idea where Dice has gone. Perhaps he's dead. You enter the laboratory and see Tangent talking to someone from command, as Dr. Instance looks on with a concerned look. Tangent is standing her ground. I know it's horrible to say, or even to think, but if I say it, will you finally leave me alone? Wherever he is, he's happier for it. Tange catches your eye and excuses herself, making her way over to you. Pretend you need me for something, she whispers, her voice shaking. I would like to be spared from these vultures. I do, actually. Have a flower. Knew that would bump us up. You find Tange puzzling over a large hollow screen, making notes on her hollow eye and frowning over them. As you approach, she gestures to wipe the hollow screen clean and start again. Ugh, she sighs, taking a break to rub her temples. Okay, Tange, come on, think. You come up beside her and she startles. Oh, Garrett, hello, she says. I'm in the middle of running simulations on genetic diversity over the next few generations. You're welcome to see. It will affect all of us, most likely. Tange pulls up the next genogram simulation, a family tree encompassing all the people in the colony, their familial relationships and genetic conditions. She scrutinizes it with a frown. We have an unusually high amount of hereditary heart disease, no matter how you slice it, she mutters. Luck of the draw. We've lost quite a bit more genetic diversity than the original geneticists of the Vertumnalia project anticipated, and that's not even counting those unwilling or unable to reproduce. She crosses her arms. It's possible to steer the ship out of it, so to speak, but it will take some purposeful breeding choices, at least for 5 to 6 generations. May I verify your data? Tange gives you a curt smile and angles a hollow screen towards you. It sounds crude, she admits, but the colony will need to accept a certain level of oversight in this matter if we intend to survive, genetically speaking. Artificial insemination of material from Earth donors, even in love matches, for example. You stare at the genogram until your eyes cross and shake your head. Tange laughs. It's terrifyingly complex, isn't it? She says. Imagine, this process happens all the time naturally. Why, any sweating beast can squirt a child into the dirt. It's all just proteins and luck. But the end result is this. She waves her hands at the massive chart. It's beautiful, in a way. On a long enough time scale, we can predict the genetic drift of a species. In the face of that, what if family bonds matter? Tange laughs bitterly. It's not as if sharing genes with someone guarantees you'll be a strong family unit. Does anyone really like their parents? It sounds a little eugenics-y. Tange looks affronted. You... what? She sputters. Garrett, surely there's a middle ground between eugenics and everyone dying of preventable genetic diseases, especially in these first few critical generations. Cool motive, Still eugenics. Tange rolls her eyes. Whatever. I'm still going to run the simulations. Then, when your inbred great-great-great-grandchildren interface with my consciousness that I've uploaded into the colony AI, I can tell them I was right. As for my own family, Tange continues, I feel no allegiance to any of them based on blood. If I had no family at all, that would be acceptable. What about Dice? Ugh. Tange says, I'm ashamed we're even related. Literally all he does is go out on expedition and talk to trees. Who even knows where he is right now? I know that's just part of her regular 90 story event, but like, who actually knows where he is right now? Don't you miss your mother? You mean the depressed drunk who died when I was a kid? Tange reports. No, not at all. If it wasn't for Chief Steward Anne, I probably wouldn't even still be alive. Do you want kids someday? Tange looks thoughtfully at the genogram. Truthfully, I'm not entirely certain I can bear children. There must be limits to my gen-engineered body. I certainly didn't experience puberty to the extent that Mars did, for example. Besides, Tange continues, children would only distract me from my work. The chief engineer had never had children after all. I think that's admirable. She kinda had you. Tange's gaze flicks over to where Chief Engineer Instance is talking to one of the other lab assistants. In some ways, I'm the child she never had. And she is the mother I wished I did have, she says quietly. Instance and I became close when we started the gender affirmation process, she continues. And it was so obvious then that we were kindred spirits. Over the years, when I would come in for checkups and observation, we'd often talk about the science behind the process. Of course, I showed an interest in it, and Instance fostered that in me. She supported me. Tange looks down at the ground. Unlike my own mother, who by that point had ceased to find joy in almost anything. What would I be without Instance? Tange says. The only thing I have in life are what she gave me. Not just this body, but my passion, my hard work, my achievements. Without her, I would have nothing. I owe her everything. She sounds really important to you. Tange smiles. She is, she replies, more than anyone. Now if you'll excuse me, she says, turning back to the genotype before her, I have our legacy to plan. Interesting. Don't know how much people will go for that. Always have an egg for you, my dear. Oh yeah, and it's your birthday too. I totally knew that. Okay, I think that's pretty much everyone. Yeah, he did the beep beep thing. Beep beep thing. I can speak. Okay, we definitely need to de-stress, so going to relax in the park. Nemi joins you for a walk in the garden after she's done training for the day. She's been so busy lately, when you're together, it's like she's so focused on getting the maximum amount of fun out of you before she crashes hard. Totally exhausted. Like you're just an item on a checklist she has to complete before she can sleep. It's a little concerning. Try to convince her to take it slow and just enjoy your time together, but she's so serious. Why so serious? Yeah, we'll keep those. Governor Lum enters the colony square to his customary bombastic fanfare. Brass band, red carpet, banners with the Heliopause logo snapping in the hot dust breeze. It's inspiring. The governor gets his usual tithe, I think, of applause from die-hard soldiers, but it's obvious how tired and fearful everyone has become in service to his war. You catch Mars's attention, and she rolls her eyes and makes a gagging motion. Cowles looks solemn and withdrawn, refusing along with the rest of Geoponics to give Lum any applause. The governor raises his hands for silence, though it's largely unnecessary.
Pioneers of Vertumna, he begins. We stand here today not shivering and quaking in fear, but with our hands around the neck,
he makes a ringing gesture,
of the planet itself.
Before he can continue, Mars leaps from her seat and runs to the front of the stage. A ripple of fear goes through the crowd. You all remember what happened to Utopia last year. It doesn't have to be like this, she cries, speaking to the crowd. We don't have to listen to him. He's just a bully with a gun, like the ones we left behind on Earth. Watch in delight. She turns to the council. Why are you just sitting there? Come on, aren't you going to do anything? The council looks at each other. Rhett seems unmoved, and Utopia shrinks into herself, holding her hand to her chest. Aunt Anne looks concerned, but fearful of Lum. Instance is grim, and Seek just waits to see what happens. Only her dad looks enthusiastic, but he's no politician. He keeps quiet. Lum gestures sharply to his guards, and Mars is seized and taken out of sight. In the uncomfortable silence that follows, the governor strides to the front of the stage and looks down on the crowd.
As I was saying, you can trust me to lead this colony and humanity into a new era, he says. An era of peace and prosperity, where we no longer need to fear the creatures that come out in the night.
You know, if he'd released his plague, we wouldn't be able to have any natural resources left, as, like, even the trees and shit would be completely destroyed. He raises his fist to the sky.
This planet is rich, he cries. It is the Earth we were promised, unscarred by the mistakes of our forefathers. Here we will become what humanity has always strived to become.
Oh, how ironic.
Caretakers of a new garden, children of a new Earth.
People cheer, spurred on by Lum's display of dominance. Lum looks upon the crowd with pride.
Pioneers, we're so close, he says. Soon this planet will be ours, and all her riches and wonders with it. But first, we need to adapt to the harsh realities of our current world.
He gestures at the council.
I know you all love your council, but it's time we thought about the future. We need to guard the colony leadership, he says this with some disdain, against sudden upheavals, deaths, imprisonments, and the like. I've decided to instate a second position for each seat on council. Yeah, that seems bad. Lum explains that every council member will take an official second in command. Seconds will be trained in the running of the department and will be ready to take over the department should the worst happen during an attack. The council looks concerned. Is this how Lum begins to cycle out the colonial government, with a veneer of legitimacy? Applicants must have spent a minimum amount of time in the department, and will be judged by the council based on their relevant skills, though Lum will likely argue hard for his Helio appointees. You scribble your name on the ballot for... Let Cal have second cultivator. Tange will obviously take second engineer. Vase will probably take second security officer, though hopefully Nemi can get it. Second administrator would probably go to Mars if she didn't just get herself imprisoned. Second steward. Who's the steward? Chief engineer. Oh, fucking what's her face? Aunt Anne. I bet she is the steward. Yeah, okay. Why can't we be a second steward? I guess because we haven't really spent much time in there, ironically, but we've done everywhere else. Now that Dice is gone, we're kind of the best for second surveyor. Utopia is a little guarded as you enter your name for consideration. Just so long as it's one of us, and not one of Lum's lackeys, she says quietly. I can't trust one of them to have my back when I'm out in the wilderness. She shoots an acidic look at Rhett, who's looking chummy with the Helio soldiers. You win! You're second surveyor now. +2 skill on challenge wins. Utopia breathes a sigh of relief and gives you a hug. I'm happy it was you, Sweets, she says. If something happens to me out there, I know the colony's gonna be in mighty fine hands. When the voting is concluded, Seek announces the names of those newly appointed seconds. The crowd cheers for you when Seek reads out your name as second surveyor. Marsnet's second administrator, oh good, much to Lum's disappointment. Nemi is appointed as second security officer under Rhett.
Oh, good! She looks green with nerves. Tangent stands proudly in her rightful place as at Chief Engineer Instance's side as her second. Cal has chosen to be second cultivator. He looks a little overwhelmed. Your dad must have put his name in. Good. Okay, good. I'm happy with all of those. The steward of the Heliopause joins Aunt Anne as her much-needed second steward. There's a lot of babies in the colony now, and someone has to help take care of them. After the politicking is over, the crowd adjourns to the feast tables and, eventually, the dance floor. The sun sets on the long day, and heat breaks, and the party continues well into the night. After the festivities, it's straight back to work as usual. Everyone complains. You usually get at least a few days off after Vertumnalia, but Lem reminds the colony that it's only a few short months before the next attack. Your dreams begin to increase in intensity as the wormhole draws closer to the planet, filled with terrifying and confusing visions. A feeling of urgency dogs your steps, like you're running out of time. Yeah, this is the last year. So we've got half a dust, all of quiet, and then glow. And that's presumably it. So I'm pretty confident that we can make next episode the finale. We'll see how it goes, but look forward to that. Either way, thank you to everyone for joining me today. I hope you had fun, and I will see you all next time for some more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Bye-bye.